I'm Matt Bouchard with REIT.com here in Chicago for REITWeek 2013. Joining me for this CEO Spotlight is Mike Landy, the President and CEO of Monmouth Real Estate Investment Corporation. Mike, thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Now, Monmouth has been steadily growing the amount of square footage in its portfolio recently. Is there a sweet spot that you're trying to get to?
Well, there's no question, Matt, that as a public company, it's important to gain certain critical mass. Having said that, our focus has always been on quality more than growing just indiscriminately. We have a lot of skin in the game. We're conservative stewards of capital. We've been growing steadily because it's been an opportune time to grow, but there's periods when it pays to sit on the sidelines. As far as a sweet spot, you know, we're 9.2 million square feet currently. We're 850 million in total market cap. We have deals in the pipeline that will get us to 11 million square feet. So they're all keeping with our investment focus of long-term leases to investment-grade tenants. They're all new build-to-suit, so not sacrificing our high-quality standards. And these deals will get us over the billion-dollar threshold. So a sweet spot would probably be north of $1 billion. We feel at north of $1 billion, we can get an investment-grade rating. We have a very strong balance sheet. It has investment-grade metrics. Our income streams are secured by investment-grade tenants. So it only behooves Monmouth that we become investment-grade ourselves. And when we get to that point, I think that will be the next step.
And have the space demands, whether it be size or the infrastructure within a space among your tenants, changed in recent years? Or do you expect any such changes to take place?
Yeah, you know, historically, a warehouse, a distribution center, was situated so that it could service several dozen stores in a certain geographic radius. What's changed all that is now, as a result of e-commerce, there's a whole nother distribution channel that's opened up. So in addition to servicing the couple dozen stores in a geographic radius, there's thousands of customers you now have to service directly. So when you're servicing a store, it's putting goods on a pallet and shipping them out by a truck. When you're dealing directly with the other retail channel, people who are ordering through their iPhones and their tablets and their computers, it's single goods that have to be sorted, packaged, put on a FedEx truck. It's a whole nother channel. So while it sounds like just an additional channel, it results in an entirely different industrial building. Many of the old buildings are obsolete for this new multi-channel distribution process. You need larger buildings, you need high ceilings, you need ample truck parking, you need more employees. It's very much beholden to the holiday season when most of the transactions take place between November and January. So you're going to see a lot of industrial construction as a result of this to get these bigger boxes, 32-foot ceilings and greater, and ample truck parking, and near FedEx hubs to get the next day delivery, and in some cases same day delivery.
And lastly, you know, all signs point to continued growth and recovery in the industrial sector, but is there one issue or trend that concerns you that could possibly derail the positive momentum?
Historically, what's derailed our property type has been overbuilding and or a deep and protracted recession. It's very much correlated with the broad economy, just like the retail property sector is correlated. Well, given that we're just emerging from a deep and protracted recession, and there's been no new building, relatively no new building over the last 5 years. A normal amount of industrial construction would be 250 million square feet annually. We're building well under that, about 50, 60, 70 million a year over the last 5 years. So there's definitely an imbalance in supply versus demand. We're coming out of a protracted recession. So I don't see anything derailing it, quite the contrary, given the shift to e-commerce, which has a lot of the retail transactions bypassing Main Street and going right out into cyberspace, which involves the industrial property type to a great extent. You have the automotive sector, the housing sector, which were pretty much written off as dead a couple years ago, coming back. And I think other catalysts for our property type include a renaissance in domestic manufacturing as a result of all the energy resources we have here domestically, and a major catalyst on the horizon, it's not too far out on the horizon, in 2015 you have the expanded Panama Canal coming online, and that will result in huge container ships being able to take an 8,000-mile shortcut through the canal, so you won't have to ship everything to the western coast like you currently do. About 70% of the goods flow in and out of this country through the western seaboard. You'll be able to have a wider array of ports benefiting from these ships coming in, and that should benefit industrial growth for many years to come.
Great. Mike, thank you so much for taking some time with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
For more on this and other REIT news and analysis, be sure to visit REIT.com.